Hi everyone, today we are going to see about symmetrical arrangement in nature. I am sure that you all would have heard about the term symmetry. Have you ever thought about what symmetry is? Let me give you a simple definition what symmetry is about. Symmetry in everyday life refers to a sense of harmonious and beautiful proportion and balance. Symmetry has a more precise definition for an object that is invariant under some transformation including translation, reflection, rotation or scaling. Now let us see what is a line of symmetry. It is a simple line that cuts a shape exactly in half. Thus, the total number of lines is called line of symmetry. For example, let us consider a benzene ring which is very common in organic chemistry. It has 6 lines of symmetry. Now let us move on to human body which has a single line of symmetry or it is also called as bilateral symmetry. Let us further discuss different types of symmetry.
Types of symmetry. There are 3 basic types of symmetry. Number 1, translational symmetry. Number 2, rotational symmetry. And number 3, reflection symmetry or bilateral symmetry. Let us discuss more about these types of symmetry. Number 1, translational symmetry. What is translational symmetry? It is an invariance of a system of equation under any translation. DNA is an example of a translation symmetry, where repetition of genes forms a DNA. One of the finest example is crystal structure, which would be dealt with later. Number 2, rotational symmetry. When an object is rotated by a 360 degree, the number of times the image matches the original objects has that number of symmetry. Like a triangle, it has 3, and for a lamina as shown will have 2 rotational symmetry. And the third type of symmetry is reflection symmetry or bilateral symmetry. This reflection symmetry is also called as line symmetry, mirror image symmetry. Let us consider a vertical axis of a symmetry. If this part is flipped to other side, then the 2 parts exactly matches. Why this is called reflection symmetry? This is called reflection symmetry because when one half of an object is placed in front of a mirror, then the image will resemble the other half and we get the whole image. Some examples of symmetrical arrangement in nature are honeycomb, petals in flowers, and all the fruits like apple, banana, papaya. And also we consider the vegetables like radish, cucumber and lady's finger. And mostly the revolution of celestial objects like earth, moon, sun and all the planets etc. stars also possess symmetrical nature.
Let me consider a crystal which is placed in a 3D plane having lattice parameter A, B and C along x-axis, y-axis and the z-axis having angle alpha, beta and gamma as the angle between them. We know that crystal possesses translational symmetry, which means that the orientation of the basic repeats throughout the crystal. In other words, the next bases are the replica of the previous one. For crystal, we not only have translational symmetry but also rotational symmetry or fold symmetry. Crystal possesses 1-fold, 2-fold, 3-fold, 4-fold and 6-fold symmetry depending upon the angle of rotation by which when it is rotated possesses symmetry. If we plot the graph of position of needle of clock with respect to the time, the whole rotation we get a wave similar to a cosine wave from 0 to 2 pi, which is indeed a symmetrical wave function. An energy of 1D quantum well has the variations of energy as symmetrical wave for 1, 3 and 5 and all other odd integers.
Previously, my friends explained about the symmetry and their types. So hereby I conclude that symmetry surrounds us. People, plants, animals, everything inside and outside the earth is symmetrically on. Symmetry is nature's artwork that creates harmony and balance. Symmetry is a handy device for classifying and organizing information about pattern processes. Symmetry, according to the American Heritage Dictionary, is an exact correspondence of form and constituent configuration in opposite sides of dividing, impossible to distinguish between the original and final positions of a moved object. We say it has symmetry if it retains its original form after a transformation or change. Beauty of the nature comes from the symmetry of the objects. I hope you understand this lecture. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Thank you so much for watching.